Hi everybody, it's Diane. I'm here with a new project. I'm going to make at least one cooking kitchen recipe journal for my shop, mainly because I have a lot of stuff. I have this fabric which is new, so I'm going to make that the cover and sew it to scrapbook paper, which I often do. It's easy, I like the look. So I have just red cardstock here that I cut to size. I thought I'd do too. So I just thought I'd show real quickly. Give your scrapbook paper cardstock a fold and then cut your fabric at least a ½ inch, 3/4 inch wider all the way around. And then on the cardstock side, sew it so you can see your edge. That's it. Now, if you want to do any further embellishing or anything, that's entirely up to you. But okay, I'm going to do that and then we'll come back. Okay, it's sewn. So I just thought I would show what it looks like. And then I trim it. Okay. If you have this isn't too bad, but if you have a lot of gapping there, I run glue in there. But you don't have to. That's just me. Save your scraps. You can always use them on something. Okay, so I have to do that. And then I was going to put pockets in here. And you can do paper. You can do fabric. But I think since I have so much of this fabric, I'm going to do fabric. So there are, a myriad of ways to make pockets. I saw somebody, and I don't remember who you were, I'm sorry, a couple years ago. They just take like double the height you need, fold it over. Here's your pocket. Now you have, a folded edge. You don't have to do anything with it. I thought that was pretty smart. And then just sew it. And you do have raw edges on the other 3 sides, which I think is okay. And it's something like this, I think it might look kind of cool even. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then I have to pick pages, I guess. Okay, see you later. Okay, they're both completed. And I should point out, I'm not trying to make a tutorial here. I'm not giving you every little tip on doing this stuff. There are a few tricks. Like, you need to hold the fabric a little taut when you're sewing it. You could tape it if you want, but you have to remember to pull it out. I usually forget. There's little things like that. I'm just taking you along my little journey here. You can glue the pockets in. I sewed. So these do have a double line of stitching around. Okay, so we're up to pages. I do have a bunch of these ME recipe cards, and I thought of folding those in half for a little paper because they're actually a little tall. Well, it's too fat for the small one anyway. It would fit, but yeah. So I think I'm going to do those. I have some old cookbooks here. I usually put in this font, cute, and this one. I usually put in a page or two from an old cookbook. Anything interesting? No. Alright, there's zucchini, lasagna, lemonade bread. Wow. Okay, I also have a couple of these they're Betty's, aren't they? Yeah, Betty Crockers. Well, this one's not bad. There's a lot of vegetables on those covers. Do that. This one, it was an outdoor cooking. Kind of interesting. Aloha chiffon cake. Wow. I don't know what kind of vehicle is going down the street. I'm sorry. Ugh, anything. Alright, well, this is kind of cute. Little people there. Okay, there's 2 of those. Okay. I will put in, you know, notebook paper, some blank pages, that kind of stuff too. So I have a bunch of scrapbook paper here that is more so for embellishing, but I thought I'd go through it quick, so I usually put in a piece of scrapbook paper or 2. So like none of those I really want to cut up. Oh, I do have, yeah, I should get that before I sign off here. A couple of other cookbooks that are those old, what you'll recognize them when I show them to you. These little old paperback things. That would be okay. But one of them, I did take apart the binding. It was stapled, so it's like a full page. Does that make sense to anybody? What about this one? Okay, just a sec. They're right here. Here. I need these things. Oh, it's Good Housekeeping. Okay. But one of them, yeah, this one I think I took apart. Yeah. All right. Okay, I'll grab a couple of those. Extra pages, like I said, the notebook paper and that kind of thing. And cut them all to size. And then we'll come back and discuss decorating. Okay, here we are with all the pages. They are not bound in or anything yet, but they're in the order I want, correct size, etc. This bigger one, I did sew on a few extras because, you know, there would have been a lot of short pages. You know, a few are good. I think it even adds. But like all of them, you know, a ½ inch too short, that's not too cool. If you're going to do that, then shorten your cover. And you don't have to sew. You could glue it. You could washi tape it. Okay, so what I do now is add pockets. And in this case, just sew to make a pocket here. So I'm going to do that. I select sometimes fabric, but mostly it's scrapbook paper or possibly a pre-made journaling card. I'll go look, and those make nice little tucks and pockets too, but that's what I do. So I'm going to do that. I know I'm doing all this stuff off camera. But once I do that, I will sew on fabric trims on some of the pages, and then we'll come back and do some decorating together. I'll add fussy cut images and stamping and that kind of stuff. Okay, see you then. Okay, I did all the fabric. I went ahead and did washi tape and stamping. I don't have a lot of food related stamps, so I didn't think that'd be too exciting. I put blank paper over text where I wanted that. So we're up to actually decorating pages. Okay. So I thought I'd go through a couple food magazines real quick and just see if there's anything that struck me like something like that. I intend to use scrapbook paper too. But let's look. It's a little cupcake. And especially for this smaller journal, I can't take huge images. And this is the first day of fall. And I think I should stop saying stuff like that because these videos take so long for my husband to get them up. I know I just put, so this is the 22nd. And the video I just put up, I'm saying, well, it's Labor Day, blah, blah, blah. That's probably kind of, what, passe. who cares at this point? I don't know. But that's the way we do things here in Toontown. How about waffles? Ooh, Eggo waffles came out in 1953. I didn't know that. Wow. Boy, you learn something new every day. Alright. I don't want kitchens. Oh, well. Apple honey bundt cake. No thanks. Yeah, I'm going to get into Diane's word palette again. I love raw apples. I like applesauce. And that's the end of it. I do not like any kind of baked apples. No, no thanks. If there's any interesting words, I could take that too. That's cool, but I think it's too big. Sorry, sandwiches. As cool as you are. Bread. Boy, that looks awfully filling. Well, it's a good sandwich, I guess. I don't know. Good size, I meant. Fun in the kitchen. Menu. I also, once upon a time, scoured the internet for copyright-free images of old menus and that kind of stuff. So I have some of that stuff in my files, but I don't know. These journals are not that big, so I didn't think I needed to look through that stuff and print it, but I could. Or remind me of that if I'm really not finding things, but I think I'm finding things. It's pretty cool. Oh, there's another menu word. Menu word? I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Oh, that's cool, isn't it? I think these pictures are too big. Wow, there's some letters. I'll have to remember that for future projects. Alright, this is going in my glue book for the funny foods section. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not going to sit here and fussy cut in front of everybody. And really, there isn't a ton of space in this small one. If I want to leave writing room, that is. by the way, in one of these segments, I said sometimes I use pre-made journaling cards for tucks. I meant my own, such as this. And actually, isn't that cool? It's a old shelf liner that hangs down the edging, which I don't think anybody on the planet does anymore, do they? I think it's really pretty. I don't have it. You think it's so great, Diane? Why don't you get some? Alright, I lied, so I did fussy cut that. That's easy. Okay, we'll save this for the other one. Why did you already put a pie in there, Diane? Well, do you really want to know? Because in the other book, I did a little rubber stamping, and one of them went, and alright, I'll put, well, maybe I'll put the hot dogs there by the checkerboard. Okay, check. So I had to cover it. So I covered it with a pie image. And so I wouldn't get confused and forget, I put one in here. That is why. Well, what about a sandwich on this page? And I do have to watch it. If it happens to show through, I'll have to put something on the back too. And I am saving space for scrapbook paper images. Well, we have to put shopping carts somewhere. They're just too cool. Well, I would say on white, wouldn't you? La 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 la. This is why Diane takes so long with making these journals. I don't think I want it on the first page because it's not about shopping. Oh, our time is up. Sorry, folks. All right, I have to pause, obviously. I'll be right back. All right, the magazine clippings are in. I forgot I have these too, some old cookbook things and a couple images from past projects that are already cut. So I was going to look quick if there's anything I want to put in. Bigger images I will save for either other journals or journaling cards. Birthday Jello cake. Well, it's not even a cake. Birthday Jello. I don't know. Have you ever been to a party that they had birthday Jello? I never have. Your Miromatic pressure pan. I never heard of them until I bought this at a thrift store. There are, yeah, in the back, there's little pictures of pots and whatnot. Alright, well, how about the large fish mold and the Dutch oven? Have you ever used a fish mold? I have not. Have not? Have I not? I haven't, I'm trying to say. I've never actually made a Jello mold. I've used the Jello ring, you know, just the plain ring to make ice rings for punch bowls. Does that count? Alright, we already used that. Have you ever bought one of these old cookbook things and used a recipe from it? I almost did once. I had those powdered sugar like pecan nut balls people make at Christmas. I had a recipe for that, and I came across another one in an old cookbook, and I just thought, oh, maybe this is better. You know, it's older. No, it's exactly the same. so, so I didn't. Book of cookies. Drop and bake. Actually, that's nice, right? As you can see, I have used some of this one. Isn't it funny how food photography has changed? I think it is. Cooking is like dancing. It really is. In dancing, you first learn basic steps. Cooking is not as fun as dancing. Can we put that in? I'm sorry, it's garbage day. Time chart for broiling. Alright, okay. Let's get to the scrap of paper. Normally, I would do this page by page and pick stuff that matches and that kind of thing, but I think that's going to go way too slow and way too boring. So if this won't fall, I'm just going to go through and see if there's anything I think I have to absolutely have, and then I'll assemble it and all. Oh, here's another book, Off Camera. This one I've used a lot. And we still have walnuts falling and bumping things. It's kind of cute. Well, what about this mixing illustration here? And maybe this muffin one, since it's already kind of cut into anyway. Okay. Now you go try not to fall with the other ones. Oh, another one. I don't even remember this one. I do not remember this book at all. No, Diane, you're scaring yourself. Alright, that looks more like background stuff. Oh, these are good. As you can see, I've used these quite a bit. Well, how about these utensils here and a hot mitt? Okay. These are good too. Another hot mitt. Well, we'll get a hot... Okay, we'll take a hot mitt and utensils, and then we'll, you know, give each book those. Give each book those. Pancakes. Why don't we take those? I mean, what am I ever going to do with that, right? Good morning. All right, and we'll take a fork. And how about the syrup pitcher? Oh, well then we'll take the knife too. Okay. Okay. background stuff. Isn't this cool? I really like this page. Well, I think we'll wait. If it's super uber small, I'm going to wait and possibly, you know, use it on an ephemera or something like that more. Speaking of old food photography. Nope, nope. Little. Okay, and I've got some that are they're actually like recipe cards. So I would save that for ephemera. Here's another one. Not the right style. Donuts. All right, we'll take a strip of donuts. All right, we're getting down here. That's a repeat. This one I just bought over the summer. Cute. I think I'll wait though, it's small. Okay, we'll wait with the small. Alright, we'll think about that. I'm not going to cut it apart though. Nope. Nope. Small. Yeah, we'll wait with that. Nope. Nope. Oh, I did have, this is wrapping paper, but it has a rolling pin and a pitcher and a tea kettle and silverware. So I might put that on. Alright. I have to fussy cut all this stuff. Nobody wants to watch that and be bored with my conversation. So I will do that. See how long this is running. If we have time to make a few journaling cards or something like that, I'll come back on. Otherwise, we'll call it a video and I'll do a flip through. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, they're bound and decorated. It turned out cool. It took a long time, but it turned out cool. With the exception of 2 recipe cards in each back pocket, I need 13 pieces of ephemera. So come on, give. So anyway, I'm going to stop this video. That would just take way too long. I can't possibly do that with this video. Well, I could, but no one would watch it, probably including me. So, I may or may not come back with ephemera. I will definitely come back with a flip through when they're all done. I may get a fabric or some sort of cording or something tie, at least for this one. But there. So thanks for watching this process up to this point. And I will see you in some future video. Have a great day, everybody.